Hear ye, all noble lords and ladies of the land. I, SirMemphis, noble knight, errant of the Curry Kingdom, have returned once again to earn honor and glory in this strange land. Yes, greeting once again, my noble lords and ladies, and I welcome thee once again to another glorious evening of jousts and duels. And it is time today to be dueling with the deck, not quite like those I have been used to. No little ladies, no dragons, nothing like that, nothing like that. No, today we are playing with fellow knights, the noblest knights of the realm, the great King Artorigous and his merry band of men. And we shall be dueling here in this field of honor with our noble knights going sallying forth to win glory for king and country. So, we shall be proceeding into today's duels. We shall be using our noble knights and our noble arms to smite our foes where they stand and claim victory in the name of the king and God above. So, if thou'st desired the whole list of cards upon which I shall duel, that shall be later, but for now, let us proceed unto the field of battle and attain victory for ourselves. Verily, my lords and ladies, I welcome thee to the first duel of the day, another duel, as they say, and we can go first or second with this deck, it goes either way. As for our opening hand, I can work with this hand, because once we have the Camelot, realm of noble knights, everything goes well for us. But by sending this card to the yonder zone, I might activate a new field spell, and it also allows me to summon a monster straight from my deck, specifically this one. We shall summon forth King Artorigous himself, King of Noble Knights himself, and let's see here, yes, let's see, I'm going first. I don't have the ability to make well, I could summon 2 level 4 monsters and make my monster big and strong. Is it the right play or not? That's the question. Well, I have 2 options. I can either summon forth one of my Exceed monsters, one of mine Synchro monsters. Let's see. That would send an equip spell from the deck, indeed, and get things prepared for later. You know what? Why not? Which either Infernal Knight or Oliver's effect. By sending an equipped spell to the grave, he shall summon himself as a level 1 monster. He is also a tuner monster. As such, we shall summon forth our Infernal Knight Vanguard Roland. A quite acceptable monster, quite acceptable. So are the Infernal Knights. Except for the one slight issue that they're all French, but we ignore that for today. So we shall summon forth our captain, and we'll set a card for now. And we shall go ahead and equip our monster with Roland so it cannot be targeted by things, just in case. With that, I shall end my turn, and during the end phase, a couple things will happen. Because I have at least 3 Noble Knight cards in total play, I can send one of mine cards to the graveyard. And there's many different cards we can send to the graveyard, many different cards, but for now we shall send this priestly fellow. To send a priest to the grave, we must send another equipped spell to the grave. Thanks to our Roland, so I shall send our Fiduciar. And shall go ahead and add another monster to our hand, that being Medrot. So get this quite homely fellow. Quite a man. So now, we are quite prepared. This is how a knight prepares himself for battle. He starts from his kingdom, and he sallies forth. You know, a king, or rather a knight. A knight without a kingdom to serve is like a witch without a fire to burn in. Quite simple, if I must say so myself. It's quite simple. Of course, a king has his knights. Knights have their kingdom. That is what we do. What on earth is this? Target a face-up monster. Attacking to its current defense. Fascinating. What on earth is this? What on earth are we up against? Something tricky. Too many tricksters and vile tricksters indeed. I, personally, would like to see nothing but noble knights. So that's what we shall do. Camelot once more. For so long as I have the field spell in the grave, I can do this over and over again. Summon the table. Just wheel it out every summer. Wheel it out in the summer, put it away for the winter. So, now that we've done that, many things we could get. That is true. So very, very true. I'm a bit spoiled for choice, to be honest. A bit spoiled for choice. I'll get to this. Until noble arms are needed again. Let's prepare for the future, of course. You never know when bad things will happen to your kingdom. Of course, nothing will bad will ever happen to my kingdom, for the kingdom of Curry Kingdom is eternal, of course. Of course. But for now, let's summon forth Noble Knight Medrot. He doesn't work well with others. You need to have no other monster for him to use his power, so we will not be using that at the moment. But instead, I'll use Infra Noble Knight Turpin. I shall special summon him from my graveyard. Like so. Very good. And let's see, I do have two. Yep, so I have equipped spells. Indeed, indeed. So I shall summon forth Artorigous, King of Noble Knights. A mighty warrior indeed, for when he is summoned out, he will equip up to 3 equipped spells upon himself. And let's see. Let's interrupt. I'll try it anyway. Glory of Noble Knights. There must be glory for these knights. So we shall equip another equipped spell to our monster. We shall get Noble Arms. Clarence would allow me to attack directly, which isn't necessarily necessary. So I'll get to Noble Arms of Destiny. Ah, see, that did interrupt my play. Regardless, doesn't really matter too much. Doesn't matter too much because I shall now be using the effect of Artorigous himself, detaching a material from himself to destroy one of my opponent's face-down cards. E2 Shield. Fascinating. Fascinating indeed. But now we shall use the Sword of Kings. We shall summon forth Sacred Noble Knight, King Artorigous, who does essentially the same thing as the regular Artorigous, for he'll equip more equips upon himself. See, I didn't misplay. I made my opponent think that I misplayed. Let's see. No, that's already going to be equipped. So let's equip 2 cards. And now, what's the other effect of this? I detach material, target a monster, destroy it. True. Or I can reduce my attack by 500 to destroy this set card. Battle Mania indeed. There'll be no wild scuffle. This is a duel between men. And men with large shields. That is what we are up against. So once again, this man will be using his effect, Turpin. Let's equip him onto Artorigous. Like so. And let us proceed into battle. Normally my battles would be fought one by... If this card game was ruled by SirMemphis, which, of course, I'm a knight, not a lord or a king or anything like that. But if I was in charge, all duels between one monster and another monster. That would be the right way to do it. You know, none of this multiple monster nonsense. So it would be just one monster at a time. But now we'll use our field spell, the Round Table. And who do I want to send to the graveyard now? There isn't that many monsters at this point. I've already used all of them that I want to the grave. But we'll send yugioh because he's a Frenchman. That's where he wants to be. And because we have 6 or more cards, I can now summon... What was it? Let's see. Oh yes, I can recover one of my cards. Have we got 9 already? Feels like only yesterday we started the duel. Very well. And also summon forth yugioh as well. You see, the more cards you have, the more power this field spell gains. I can keep sending out more cards and making our plays very consistent indeed. Now send Guinevere for now. Lady Guinevere, nice monster, becomes an equipped spell and all that good things. She's also on our sleeves today. She wants a sandwich. I guess she's very hungry. Very hungry indeed. I personally am hungry for glory for the king. But Guinevere wants a sandwich, so she can have it, I suppose. Alright, let's see here. Right about our trap card now. Until noble arms are needed again. I activate cards. Like the number of noble arms I control. And we'll get to this card for later. I do have this weird fairy creature, which normally I'm opposed to, and it's the only sticking point of the deck, really. It's not a knight. It's not noble either. Therefore, why am I playing it? Well, it's because I need level 1 tuners, and, well, I have some having more. It's better. It is better. I swear, Lord Memphis, you need to stop putting these things on my deck. I don't want them. I want this. I want that. Well, not these. I want this one. This is the one I want. What is this? Handing holds genie. A devil, he said. Some sort of demon has come to the board. What on earth is this? Alright. So you... Well, at least you'll face me one-on-one. I will expect you for that. But I can't be destroyed once per turn by battle, thanks to the Noble Arms Destiny. So good effort, but not nearly good enough. Very well. Let's see here. Alright, Camelot once more, and my opponent has surrendered like a child. Well, at least they put in some effort, but really, they were playing with devilry. They didn't stand a chance against a truly noble knight, wielding the weapons of the king to face down my foes. So what do you expect? So, that is the noble knights, everyone. That is what we are trying to do. Summon forth our noblest of knights, and then lay waste to our infidel opponents. So let us sally forth into the second duel of the day, and show our opponent what we truly have to offer. Very well, my lords and ladies, and welcome to the second joust of the day. So we're continuing to try and go first, I feel. It's working just fine for me. That's what I will continue to do. All right. A quite acceptable hand. We shall activate our terraforming, and we shall get forth Camelot, Realm of Noble Knights, which is a very good card, and I'd like to have it in my hand. So, we shall do as such. We'll activate the Camelot, activate our new field spell, and what do I want to get to my hand exactly? That's a good question. It's a very good question indeed. Very, very, very. Because I have all the monsters I could ever want. I'd rather have an equipped spell. At the moment, none of the... Let's see, I could get Madrot. So, very, very difficult. There's many things I'd like to do with this hand. Let's set out our noble arms of destiny. Why shall we not? Why not? Let's just go keep it simple. We'll keep our noble brothers in check, in line, just in case I happen to need them. For now, though, let us search forth Madrot. Good old Madrot. We shall summon him from our hand, and we shall equip him with the noble arms destiny. Very good. And by using its effect, of course, we'll do, as we've done many times before, we'll summon forth the Frenchman. He will send more cards to the graveyard. This way, I'll be able to start with many cards going in rotation, and, I'll be able to stop whatever my opponent's trying to do. A single lordly knight is all I really need on the board at the moment. So, having done that, let's see. Let's send Lady Guinevere to the grave. I feel that will work. Let's go ahead and get King Artorigous upon our field. This way we'll have many noble arms cards, and I'll be able to send another card to the graveyard. Let's say, it would have been nice to have had mine trap in my hand. Much as I like to see my noble brothers. There's a bit too many of them at the moment. We'll end our turn for now. Oh, I'm one card short. Regardless, doesn't matter. So what is my opponent going to do? That's a good question. Alright, the part of extravagant vices. Clearly a greedy sort. And you're playing... What is that? Some sort of assassin. Ninja. It's a strange word for assassin, but whatever. Doesn't matter too much. Alright, Ninja Grandmaster. Grandmaster, you say? Like the Templars? Possibly. Alright, Ninjutsu Art Notebook of Mystery. What on earth is this? Set a ninja monster and a spell trap from the deck and or grave from one of each. Interesting indeed. My opponent is doing... Oh, never mind. He's summoning forth this creature. Mizen the Battle Ninja. Alright. What? Tomfoolery! How dare you bypass my defense? I see. Trickery indeed. And many cards upon thine board. Alright. That will work. Let's activate Camelot. We shall not fall to some ninja today. Let's get... That would be very fitting to go for Clarent. It's true. That is true. Let me think about this, though. Because I'm going to be able to get rid of 3 of those cards. Let's get Excalibur. We shall equip our monster with Excalibur. So now, I cannot be targeted by card effect. And apparently you do something as well. Summoning a ninja from the deck face up or face down. Interesting. Fascinating indeed. But I can't be targeted, so I don't know why you summon something like this. What does it do? Target 2 face-up monsters, change them face down. Any monsters of the opponent switch to... Okay, interesting. Fascinating! I don't really care. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and detach the material from my monster now. Book of Eclipse. Trickery! Vile fiend! How dare you do that to noble knights? Alright, well, that's how you want to do it. That's how it will be done. I summon forth noble knight brothers. Regrettably, I'm going to... Well, no, I can simply just summon another Artorigous, can't I? True. True. Alright, let's summon forth some monsters. Let's see here. Let me think here, indeed. Let's get Oliver going and Gawain. I think this will work just fine. We'll summon forth Oliver. Let's see. You have multiple monsters for this to work. What is this? Ninja Art of Dancing Leaves. You've tributed my monster! This is supposed to be a day of duels, not a day of trickery. This is no back alley gang war. This is no open skirmish on a plane. This is a fight between men. How dare you, sir? I feel very much insulted at best. Alright, I shall use two of my monsters and summon forth a second Artorigous. Then Artorigous will use his effect and re-equip my equip spells. Oh, what now? Summoning another ninja? Didn't you learn your lesson from the first bunch that I dispatched? Now what? What does this do? Targets a card and banishes it. Well, still can't target my main monster, so I don't know why you still bother trying. I shall activate Artorigous' effect, attaching Oliver and destroying my opponent's back row. Haha. Take that. And then, let's see, I can equip everything I have to my monster. That is true. I do need to be cautious, though. I do need to be somewhat cautious because my opponent does seem to have the ability to flip my monster face down. So I should be ever so slightly cautious. So let's destroy this one. Destroy that one, and my lowly opponent surrenders like the coward that they are. What do you expect? You hide in the shadows, but nothing can hide from the glorious light of King Garibo and the good kingdom and God above. So get off of my dueling field. Get off. You're some sort of shadowy assassin. Get off. Just what are you doing here? What are you doing? Regardless, that is our second opponent. As you can see, the noble knights lay our opponents low, for we are noble warriors, and we cannot be bested by trickery. That's not the way. But we have time for one more joust of the day, everyone. Regrettably, I must return to the Curry Kingdom after this. But, well, it's not regrettable. You know, I enjoy my time with you all. But we must have one more duel for today. And then we shall see what our final opponent has to offer. Alright, my noble lords and ladies, and welcome to the third and final joust of the day. The last chance for a true warrior to step forth and fight us. Oh, it's been a bit of a disappointment today. I mean, it's nothing but people trying to be tricky and tricksters, and I don't really appreciate that. I'd rather us just have a nice duel between warriors where we slaughter each other. That's all it's about. All for God and king and country. So what are my opponents doing? Let's see. Sand? Yeah, some sort of demon. Okay, demons already. What are we against? A rabbit. A rabbit? What on earth? Some sort of strange demon rabbit. Obviously, it must be a demon rabbit. And a troop of circus performers, apparently. Alright. I have no idea what this person is trying to do at the moment. But they have certainly been corrupted by the powers of darkness, so we must put them out of the misery. There's just no other way to put it. So that's all one must do, is put them out of the misery. So, what is our hand to be? Not the best card. Let's see. I'll set forth my field, though. I do have my Camelot. Something. It's not everything I'd like, but it's a start to bigger things. The only problem at the moment is that I don't have my equip spells. Bit of an issue. But I do have Artorigous, and we'll set him forth to slay the rabbit. You know, how much trouble could King Arthur have fighting a rabbit, of all things? The thought of a knight having trouble with a rabbit. Oh, absolute ridiculous. What is this? Relinquished? What on earth is this? Relinquished fusion? What an eyes what? Devilry is this? See all the eyes? Clearly this is devilry. What is this? Millennium eyes restrict. We put out a monster effect. Discard, get attack. What if I just attack it? Just curious. What happens if I just attack it? Is there a problem with that? Apparently there was. He was going to steal my monster. Alright. Steal him out. Is that forever? No, it's only to the end phase, but still not something I approve of. Alright. Well, regrettably, I do have the last chapter of Noble Knight. A good card if I happen to, well, be out of cards, but at the moment I'm not. Let me think. I could summon forth Turpin, but I'd rather save it for later if possible. So we'll see where this goes. What are you doing? Summoning out this creature. I think. What on earth? And then this is going to... What is it doing? You're destroying my cards, you say? I'm not a fan of that, for the record. You've negated mine field. Well, fortunately for me, it doesn't do anything at the moment. Haha. Doesn't do me any problems, that, for certain. I can only use this once per turn, so I won't bother doing it again. So, I'll take my knight back, thank you very much. You're on, we had to watch you, Artorigous. You did just side with the enemy. Not going to lie. Might need to have you excommunicated. Just saying. Just it's a possibility, not concrete. Not yet, not yet. So what now? What are you going to do now with this creature of yours? You've summoned forth a literal spawn of Satan. We'll see where it goes. Golden Eyes, Idol, Devilry. More Devilry. Let's see. What does it do? Look at your opponent's hand. Don't look at my hand. Look at your own hand. How dare you look at my hands? These are the hands that the king gave me. You're not allowed to look at these hands. At all. Ever. Don't even think about it. Alright, so it becomes Thousand Eyes Idol, I suppose. And now you summon a bird. What? Why did you summon a bird? What does this do? Going to attack for every material. Can attack directly. Up to the number of materials on. Okay, well, it's a small bird. I don't see that being an issue of any particular stripe. It's 400 points of bird. How much trouble could that possibly? Can you imagine King Arthur having trouble with birds? Like a swallow or something. That would be ridiculous. Truly, truly ridiculous. Alright. Well, you've done your 800 points of damage, sir. What now? What say thee now? What are you doing? Nothing. That's what I thought. Alright, our turn. Alright. That'll work. It's a start. It's a start. Let's use Camelot's effect, of course. Every turn until we run out of cards. Camelot. Alright, Knights of the Round Table. Let's see what we shall get this time. I could attack him directly. That would be very appropriate, for certain. But I'd rather go with the Noble Arms Destiny for now. For now. So let's activate our Artorigous. Go ahead and equip that onto our author. That way, I might get rid of that set card. My opponents should be using set cards. I don't trust them. Not in the slightest. See? Yet another one of those. Alright, having done that, let's activate until Noble Arms are needed once more. We need another monster on the board. Where is the Frenchman? There he is, sitting around with birds. No, those aren't birds. Those are fake creatures. He's a devil in my own household. How dare you, sir? I thought those were birds. I thought those were birds, you wicked sort. Alright, well, regardless of that, let's see here. I will send Lady Guinevere to the grave here. And then... Yeah, I can summon forth Turpin, or turn a monster into a tuner. But I don't have the correct levels for that. Do you have any light monsters in your grave? I don't think you do. You are worshipper of darkness and the devil, so clearly not. Clearly not. And you've done this. What is this? Detect material. Gotta be sure about battle, take no damage, but only this creature. Okay. That's not a massive issue at all. Although that creature is larger. So what I'm going to have to do, summon forth Turpin. So summon forth Turpin. And then we shall summon forth... Well, I could summon Arthur. I have yet to summon Arthur. That is true. Let's see. Quick mouse gets 200. You know what? It is the final joust of the day. Let us summon forth new creatures. We shall summon forth comic hero King Arthur. And all I have to do, yes, we shall equip that onto our Ogier for now. We don't really need to, but I want to. Why not? Don't really see a reason not to equip some cards onto our cards. I'll just put everything onto our Infernal Knight. He needs to regain his honor somehow. If you can't hold on to these sacred treasures, then, well, we'll just die. That's just the rules. We'll equip everything onto ourselves. And let's lay waste to this rabbit, which is strangely still on the board and alive. Don't ask me how. But let's destroy this rabbit. Or not. Wait, why is it not destroyed? Neither monster is going to be destroyed by battle. What? Why didn't it take damage, though? What the deuce? What is this? What sort of devilry is this? Well, if you have devilry, I have devilry of my own. Of course, this is sanctioned by the church, of course. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and detach materials from this creature. Double A Zeus, the Sky Thunder. And I'm going to use this card now because I'm going to lose it regardless, so I might as well use it. We'll remove that demon from play and send everything to the graveyard. It will end our turn. Thankfully, our field spell does reclaim itself. I know it did. I was wondering if my opponent was going to do some devilry there to stop me. But regardless, now we have a giant warrior of our own. Reminds me of my time fighting alongside the noble scions of House Centurion and their giant robots. Yes, truly a fascinating time. The mechanical war horses. Let's see. Let's use our Camelot again. Get our field spell. And let's get Caliburn. Get Caliburn for now. We'll end our turn. Send some cards to the graveyard. See, now that I've used this, my opponent's trickery means nothing. It means nothing at all. So we'll send all of it to the graveyard. What can I do to still keep things going? I would have really liked to have gone for... Well, maybe my opponent actually does something. I'll still be able to show off the Synchro monsters in this deck, because there are some Synchro monsters. There is this very nice Charlemagne here. I can't always summon him, because some of my cards stop me from doing so, but he's a rather large monster himself. What is this? Levier the Sea Dragon, you say. Level 4 lower banished monsters summoned to the field. I see. Oh. Oh, that I'm not a fan of. Well, that's not necessarily good. Alright. I should have expected no less of a devilry of this magnitude. So if I use a monster effect, he's going to be able to stop me, you say. That's not necessarily good. Very well. We use Camelot here. Get our field spell again. And let's see, what do I want? I need to have no monsters for this next bit to go. Oh, wait, hold on. I have an idea. I'll get Clarence. Let's get Clarence, and I shall activate last chapter of the Noble Knights. We'll summon forth Arthur once more to fight in his battles. I shall summon forth Arthur and give unto him our noble arms of destiny. Then, equip Ogier to Artorigous. Foolish fool, you have activated your effect too soon. Because that's what I wanted you to do. Granted, your monster is rather large now, but regardless. Because now... Oh, wait, I probably could have summoned that monster out. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter too much. I mean, I could have summoned that... Oh, wait. I could have summoned Artorigous and destroyed all of his fate. Oh. Well, doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter too much. Let's equip everything onto our mod. Let's equip ourselves with Guinevere. And then... we'll activate the, until noble arms are needed again. Actually, let's try and be a little smarter about this. Let's get the Fey Witch. The Fey Witch for now. And... yes. Activate Glory of Noble Knights. This duel is not over by a long shot. We'll get Galatane. And we'll equip Clarent. I could have simply destroyed my opponent's back row. True. That would have made things monumentally easier. But this will be more enjoyable to see. So now I'll attack my opponent directly. What say ye to that, sir? What is it? You would attempt to use a Karibo against me? Not a chance. Not a chance of that happening. Good effort, though. Good effort. But that you would attempt to use a Karibo against me, a noble knight of the Curry Kingdom, is blasphemy. Truest blasphemy, indeed. Alright. Let's send Kustan into the graveyard. Get more monsters. For the more monsters I have, the better it goes. That is for certain. So now what will my opponent do? Patching another material to get back that devilry Sangan, you say? Very well. It's all fine by me. So long as my monster survives this turn, I win. That is how it goes. Although your monster's larger, my monster is better protected. So what will you do, sir? What will you do? What has the power of darkness given you? Nothing. That is what it has done. But while your monster is powerful, it is not going to save you. Let's see, actually, 9. Actually, would that actually save you? No. It couldn't. It literally does. For now, I cannot pay my 500 light points. Okay, that's not a problem. That's not a problem at all. Well, I see. Alright. Maybe I underestimated my opponent a smidge. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. Activate Camelot. Point like this, I wish I was playing the other Caliburn, for then I would be able to gain life points back. But 'tis not the case, so we shall not worry about it too much. The only thing that is a problem at the moment is that... Let me think about this. Activating my until noble arms are needed once more. That would work if I could get this in the grave. I summon forth Madrot. I summon forth the brothers. With all that being said, alright, perchance this could work. I shall overlay my materials to make Artorigous King of Noble Knights. I'll use his special ability to equip himself with many cards. Does this target? It does. Okay, that works. So we'll equip ourselves, equip. We'll also use the effect of our cards so that he cannot use his devilry to stop me. That ought to work. Because once I equip Caliburn, he can't target Artorigous anymore. Meaning, I can use Artorigous' effect to lay waste to my opponent's cards. That's right, you can't target him anymore. You can attack Madrot, though, but that doesn't matter as much. Maybe I wanted you to have Madrot, because it won't matter very much, will it? No, no, it will not. It will avail you nothing at all. See, my opponent may have thought I made a misplay. No, I gave them one chance at redemption, and they didn't take it. And now I shall lay waste to my opponent's life points, and that will be game right there. Very good. As you can see, my opponent's greatest mistake. He tried to use a Karibo against me. Very big mistake. So, very well, my lords and ladies, we have vanquished yet another foe. A more, I suppose, a better foe that time. So, it wasn't a total loss today. Let us go forth into the end of screen. And so, my lords and ladies, we close on another day of fine duels and jousts here in the Memphis Kingdom. We have gone all of our duels and obtained total victory. Now, admittedly, my opponents, well, they were all devil worshippers and heretics, so they didn't put up much of a fight, so we didn't get to see all of what this deck is capable of, regrettably so. We saw a good amount of it, though. Our warriors, they sallied forth from Golden Castle. Well, it's more of a White Castle, but it's a Golden Castle, metaphorically speaking, and we were able to summon forth our monsters, summon out our Xyz monsters, equip many noble arms to our monsters, and lay our opponents low. Now, we didn't get to summon out the synchros as much. Bit regrettable, but it is something that happens on occasion. But these are mighty monsters in themselves, and we have the means of summoning them out, of course. It's just a matter we need to see them, especially Hydlotsolid. He is quite the potent creature. So, regardless, I hope, my lords and ladies, thou have enjoyed these festivities today. If thou have, do not forget to hit the many buttons below. I don't know what a button is, but hit those symbols below at your leisure, of course, or at your leisure. But, you know, we did win all the duels, so therefore you are obligated to at least consider it. So, that has been our Noble Knights, my lords and ladies. Let us describe each of them in turn. So for our main deck, we contain one copy of the Noble Knight Artorigous, the original Noble Knight's King. We have one copy of the immortal Phoenix Gearfried, a powerful knight of himself, who did not deign to show himself today, for it was not worthy of him. One copy of the pure Noble Knight Gawain, one copy of Noble Knight Dristan the Bard, 3 copies of the Noble Knights Medtrot, one copy of Noble Knight Bors. Bors! I know a Bors! He's a page in the Curry Kingdom. I hope he will be a knight someday. I'm certain of it, we have one in for Noble Knight Ogier, who is a... Well, I suppose he's a Frenchman, and he did make some mistakes. He is a fairy lover, but he gained some of his respect back, I suppose. It's a work in progress. But we have in for Noble Knight Turpin, of course, the priest. We have 3 copies of the Brothers of Noble Knight, 2 copies of Custanin, who is a most noble knight himself, 1 copy of in for Noble Knight Oliver. We have 2 copies of The Witch, 1 copy of Guinevere, the Lady of Noble Arms, 1 copy of the Courageous Crimson Chevalier, Bradamante, 2 copies of this fairy, this little fairy thing. We have the Reinforcement of Arms, 3 copies of the Heritage of the Chalice, which must find the Grail, of course, 1 last chapter of the Noble Knights, 1 Terraforming, 1 Called by the Grave, 3 Glory of the Noble Knights, glorious indeed, 1 copy of Noble Knights of Destiny, 1 copy of Noble Arms of Galatane, 1 Noble Clarent, 2 Noble Arms Excalibur, 1 Noble Arms Arfidurter, and 3 copies of Camelot, Realm of the Noble Knights and Noble Arms. Oh, right, there's also Noble Knights of the Round Table and the Until Noble Arms are needed again. Almost forgot about those 2. For our extra deck, of course, we have 1 Emperor Charles the Great. Not quite as great as King Karibo, but he's great in his own way, I suppose. We have this woman on a strange metal contraption of some sort. We have Lina the Light Charmer, which is some sort of wizard. We have Accesco Talker. I remember him. He's a noble knight himself. We have 1 copy of Sacred Noble Knight of King Custanin, 2 copies of Artorigous, the King of Noble Knights, 1 Comics Hero King Arthur, 2 Sacred Noble Knights King Arthur, who is a much stronger version of the original. We have Double A Zeus, the giant mechanical warhorse, capable of laying our opponents low. And then we have our synchros that we sadly didn't get to see, of course. We have Captain Oliver here, Captain Roland here. We have our Hydlotsolid here. And finally, Infernoble Emperor Charlemagne. Very nice monsters. And for the side deck, I think these are mostly just extra copies of other cards we already play. There's also Paranol, who can destroy things, especially if you combine him with Noble Arms of Destiny. There's Evane, who summons a token, but you can't use that for Exceed, so I don't know why you would play this card. Then there's other Infernoble Knights. There's this Synchro here as well. Other equip spells. There's Durandal if you want to play more of the Infernobles. And then lastly, waking of dragons, which, you know, the other time I don't want to wake a dragon, so I'm going to kill the thing. But, you know, if you want to ensure your back row is protected, or rather, if it gets destroyed, you get something for it, this is an option. What you'd summon with this, I don't know. Just don't summon a dragon. Don't do it. But anyway, my lords and ladies, I must depart for the day. I thank thee for thy hospitality. I will see thee again on the morrow, for I, SirMemphis, noble knight errant of the Curry Kingdom, must return to my homeland to deliver unto my king news of my victories. Until next time, I bid thee all farewell.